This is hilarious. First of all, look at the color scheme here. Okay.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for listening. Today, we are joined by a woman who has followed her passion and has been doing remarkable work, waking up the planet to some of the darkest secrets known to humanity.
Really, which one would that be? The lady that thinks she's a cuckoo clock that went to Planet Zoot or whatever the fuck it was last night? Walking around with a big fat ass, married to some dope, hanging out with David Icke and fucking this other guy, David Wilcox, that said when he was 8 years old, his hand turned into a bowling ball. And then when I asked him how he wiped his ass, he didn't have an answer. Yeah, but she's waking us up, all right. Her name, what is it?
She is Carrie Cassidy, who has...
Oh, she's Carrie Cassidy? I'd rather listen to David Cassidy. That's from the Partridge Family. You probably get more truth out of him. Oh, and Shirley Jones as well.
For the past 5 years, been the leader of Project Camelot and host of Project Camelot Whistleblower Radio.
Sounds more like joint blower. A joint blower is somebody that sucks a dick. So that sounds more like, yeah, that's probably the truth beyond her being a whistleblower. See, in order to blow the whistle, you have to be able to inform people on something that's real, not a made-up fucking story.
A program devoted to exploring the mysteries that surround us. Project Camelot has gained worldwide notoriety for providing a forum for well-known alternative writers and researchers and lesser-known whistleblower sources.
Yes, that's a big word for nutbags. The word Camelot is like King Arthur. So basically what they're telling you, Project Camelot is Project Fantasy. It's not real. It's just fucking made up bullshit.
To provide insight into current events, Carrie is here today to talk with us about her search for truth, the state of the world, and what's really happening from the insider's perspective. Carrie, welcome to Revelations.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. It's a
Yes, and don't forget to make the check out to cash.
pleasure to talk with you. Tell us about Project Camelot and your mission.
Okay. Well, it's actually myself and Bill Ryan, who is my partner in Project Camelot. And so it's always been a joint enterprise. We did start it's been over 5 years ago now. And initially what happened was I was a frustrated filmmaker.
You're frustrated. I've sat and watched some of your shit. I'm frustrated, and I ain't even affiliated with you.
In Hollywood, working for about 19 years, working my way up the ladder, you might say. And I had begun to independently package sci-fi projects. And one of the...
Okay, so you're a filmmaker, and you've been in the business for 18, 19 years, you said? And you couldn't figure out this whole Hollywood Saturnian thing? Come on, man. Come on, lady. Dude looks like a lady, whatever. I'm a fucking tree guy. I figured this out from one verse in the Bible. That's it. One verse in the Bible, and I dug and I dug and I dug and I dug. And I finally found it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It's nothing special. You know, so it's not an ego thing. I'm just saying I found it from one verse in the Bible. You were involved with hands-on shit for how many years? 19, you said? And you still won't tell the truth. That's because you're a scumbag. You're a scumbag and you do not want people to know the truth. That's the real truth of this place. The fucks that know don't want to tell you. Because once they tell you, you know, the truth will set you free. Even if you can't escape this fucking thing, at least you know. And you're no longer influenced by silly videos like this fucking Mankind's Deepest Secrets. You see? If they wanted you to know straight out, they could just tell you. But they don't want to just tell you because they want to keep you dancing around on the head of a pin. Being this close to it and never knowing it. Look, it was in front of my face my whole life too, and I didn't see it. So it's not like anybody here is stupid. But the bottom line is, just tell them the truth, and then let them go research it and find out that it is the truth. But all these goofy stories and guest hosts and all the shit they got, it's just nuttiness.
One of the projects that was fairly high profile that I got the rights to shop around Hollywood was the wingmakers.com website story. And that's a multimedia website, has a cult following and quite a substantial presence on the web.
You know, isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that nobody touches on this whole Saturn thing. There's copycats out there that try and follow my channel, and I don't mean like Jeff, who's a researcher and helps out, or Sophie that helps me sometimes, or Let's Get Free Now. I'm talking about copycats that actually take my shit and then try and expound on it. Don't know, got a fucking thing, know what they're talking about. Don't know any direction and go on it. But yet, none of these big things ever have anybody on, except Jordan Maxwell every now and then will hint towards it. And Alex Jones one time said, you will wear the black uniform of Saturn, referring to the police, and you will kill people in mass and blah, blah, blah. Only very few little bits and blurbs. Nobody just, that's really involved with hands-on will just open their mouth and say it. If we were in a courtroom, these fuckers would have been convicted. I proved it a million times.
For many, many years now. Actually, Steven Spielberg had been aware of the project, but I got in touch with his story person, Kathleen Kennedy, at that time.
Look, anytime you can get a hold of anybody dealing with Spielberg, you're way deep in it. So stop bullshitting people. You don't just call Steven Spielberg, jackass. See, your stories are so stupid, you're stepping on your own dick. You're stepping on your own dick. You just happen to get a hold of somebody that works for Steven Spielberg? No kidding. I went out to lunch with Jerry Seinfeld just the other day. And guess what we had? We had a black and white cookie, if you remember that episode. What are you, fucking stupid? You can't even make... You just happen to get a hold of Steven Spielberg's personal whatever. You guys can't even make up good stories. Because the average person don't get anywhere near those people. You're not allowed to get near those people. You know what's missing? And you know what the missing equation is here? Critical thinking. If people started using critical thinking, the news would just fall the fuck apart. Nobody would pay attention. There would be no voting because, people would finally say, you know what? This has been going on forever and nothing changes. Politics. Same face, different mask. All right? You got the happy fat face and then you got the sad face. Just pick which one you want them to wear. Or, you got the same bird with two different wings, a right wing and a left wing, but wherever that bird goes, both wings follow. So, if there was just critical thinking, everything that this thing is built on would fucking fall to shit. But, like Jesus said, be like the little children, be inquisitive. But little kids will drive you crazy asking you questions. What's this? What's this? What's that? People don't do that. They just go, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Like the story, Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack and the Beanstalk is an insider joke to fucking masturbation. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. But everybody, I'm going to tell my kid a bedtime story. Fucking morons. It's all about critical thinking. Stop and look at something. Just stop and look at something. If something catches your eye, stop and look at it. Okay? First of all, like on this. Why would the person sit down and use these colors? You have to ask yourself, why? Why would they use these colors? Well, because this bitch is in the know and she understands what all it is. And then, of course, she's got the picture with the one eye hidden, right? You see the eye hidden? That's another one of her logos. And she's wearing the black, the black Saturnian fucking outfit. So pretty soon this stuff starts to becoming secondhand. It's like reading a language. You don't have to know exactly what this is, but you know that it's tied to them in some shape or form. And so, you know what? Here's how you go about this. Everything on this fucking computer is suspect. Every truth or video is suspect. Now, what you have to do is you have to find out what's suspect about it and work it from there. It's real easy because they all make the same fucking mistakes and they're all under the same fucking line of thinking and the same line of bullshit. So it's not that hard. So all of these truther videos, especially the big ones, they're already suspect. All you got to do is just find the fault in it, and it's very easy because they're all making the same mistake. And look at this. Look at how they make the exclamation point. If you squash that down, you would get the square with the plus sign in it, which makes four cubes, which is 4 square. You see? But they think they're being slick by elongating it and moving it down here. What silliness.